In 2020, researchers studied hundreds of couples. They found that when household chores were not shared fairly, couples were more likely to be unhappy in their relationship. But the most interesting finding was this: the problem wasn't the chores themselves. The real problem was feeling unseen. When a partner did the chores without being asked, taking the initiative to help, the other partner felt deeply respected and far more emotionally connected. Not because the dishes were clean, but because someone noticed what needed to be done and did it. Hello, I am Akil and this is The Quiet Space. We are now at love language number 4. In the last 3 episodes we have talked about words that heal, time that brings people closer, and gifts that say, I was thinking about you. Today we are talking about the love language that shows up in the small, quiet moments of everyday life, acts of service. And more than any other love language, this is the one many people are already speaking without realizing anyone is listening. Chapman defines acts of service in a simple way: doing things you know your spouse would appreciate, not because you have to, but because you want to show love. The list is almost endless: cooking a meal, washing the dishes, taking out the trash, changing the baby's diaper, mowing the lawn, cleaning the bathroom, making the bed, and much more. Chapman writes they require thought, planning, time, effort, and energy. If done with a positive attitude, they are indeed expressions of love. Let me tell you about Mark and Mary. Chapman met them in a small town in North Carolina. They had been married for 2 years and they seemed to disagree about everything. Mark wanted to go hunting on Saturdays. Mary felt left behind. Mark wanted the house clean when he got home. Mary felt controlled. Mary wanted Mark to help around the house. Mark felt that wasn't a husband's job. From the outside, they looked completely different, like two people who wanted different things. But Chapman asked one question that changed everything. Mary, when you were dating Mark, what made you feel that he truly loved you? What made him different from other guys? She didn't hesitate. It was the way he helped me with everything. He was always willing to help. He helped me with school projects. He helped me wash dishes after dinner at my family's house. He spent 3 weeks helping me build the Christmas float. None of the other guys ever did things like that. He was the most wonderful person I had ever met. But after we got married, that changed. Chapman turned to Mark. Why did you do all those things before marriage? He said, it just felt natural. It's what I would want someone to do for me if she cared about me. Both of them spoke the same love language, which is a rarely thing, and both of them had stopped speaking it. Mark stopped helping because he believed marriage should look like the home he grew up in, where his father worked and his mother took care of the house. Mary stopped doing things for Mark because she had grown resentful of his demanding attitude. Neither of them felt heard because neither of them was speaking the other's language anymore. Chapman didn't leave them there. He gave them a way back to each other. Chapman made Mark and Mary each write a list, and Chapman said you don't have to do these things, but if you choose to, they will be expressions of love. 2 months later, Mark and Mary walked to their car hand in hand. The hunting wasn't the problem. The hunting was the symptom of a love tank running empty. Chapman says people tend to criticize their spouse most loudly in the area where they themselves have the deepest emotional need. When your partner criticizes you, when they complain about the same thing again and again, they are not just being difficult, they may be asking for love in the only language they know. When your spouse criticizes something repeatedly, stop defending yourself and start asking, what is this person actually asking for, and what need is hiding underneath this complaint. Acts of service is not about becoming a servant. A doormat has no voice, no choice. It can be used, but it cannot be loved. When guilt or fear is what drives you to serve, that is not love. Love says, I choose to do this for you because I care about you, not because I'm afraid of what will happen if I don't. Let me end with something lighter. After Chapman's seminar, a wife came back to tell him what happened. Her husband Bob had never helped around the house. Both of them worked full-time careers, but somehow everything at home was her responsibility. After the seminar, Bob started asking every evening, what can I do to help you tonight? But the early weeks were not without difficulty. The first time Bob did the laundry, he used the wrong cleaning product. Their blue towels came out with white dots. Then he tried the garbage disposal. It made a strange sound. Soap bubbles started emerging from the drain. He had put a bar of soap inside. She reached in and pulled out what reminded of a new bar of soap. But she said something beautiful. He was loving me in my language and my tongue was filling up. Now he knows how to do everything around the house and we have much time together because I don't have to work all the time. I have learned his language and I keep his tongue full. Acts of service sound simple, and it is simple, but simple and easy are not the same thing. It requires you to pay attention, to notice, to choose every single day to serve the person you love. Because for some people they are not chores, they are the language of love.